us to better oversee the critical aspect of international collaboration and standard development. His role also extends being the activity head of standardization, policy, and management system activities as well at BIS. He has a comprehensive understanding of linkages between standards, technical regulations, and trades, is the gamut of it, and stakeholder engagement, promotional activities, and he's also very well experienced in leading capacity building initiatives. He has also has a vertical of training, so he has entire experience. Thank you very much for your Thank you.
Thank you, Dinesh. I thought it would be going longer than my address. Thank you so much for those kind words. Good morning, everyone. I am Chandan Nair, as Dinesh has just told you. Shri Vineet Mathur, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Ms. Gunjan Dave, Member Technology GOT, Mr. Lauren Illinois, Team Leader Cooperation Section Delegation of the European Union in India, Ms. Margaret Dorr, Director Government Affairs, ETSI, and Mr. Dinesh Sharma, Director Standard and Public Policy Projects. It gives me immense pleasure to be here on this important day when we are organizing this seminar. I congratulate the CESAR project for organizing the 4th edition of the India-European Conference on Standards in Emerging Technology. As we all heard before, this year's conference delves into 3 crucial areas that lie at the intersection of, I would call, progress and responsibility, both circular economy, connectivity in smart cities, and data privacy and cybersecurity. So today our economies are persistently facing the challenges of climate change, supply chain disruptions, rapid urbanization, rising health burden, and global economic slowdown. I sincerely hope that the deliberations that we do today here in this day-long seminar pave the way for strengthening the cooperation between India and EU in these important sectors, especially from the standardization perspective. As we all know, today standards are crucial drivers of the global progress, and cooperation in standards provide clarity, it reduces uncertainty, and expedites innovation. Standardization is now fostering economic growth by facilitating international trade. They create a universal language of products and services, I think that's telling. And of course, all these areas that we are going to be discussing today, in energy efficiency and climate change mitigation, standards mandate improvements like any energy efficiency designs in the electric vehicles and power systems that we are going to talk about. Cybersecurity standards establish robust frameworks, mitigating disruptions from cyber attacks and contributing to the economic stability. And urban planning standards ensure efficient technology integration in smart city development. In summary, standards are linchpins of global cooperation, innovation, economic growth, and sustainability. India today is placed at a very sweet spot. We are leading the world out of the present crisis. India's strengths are underscored by its impressive growth performance. Despite the global headwinds, India has sustained robust GDP growth rates, 7.8% in the Q1 of 23-24, and recently we clocked our all-time high exports of 766 billion last year. So the country's rich resource base, robust service sector, and rising manufacturing prowess, combined with our demographic dividend, offers a promising avenue for global growth and development. And therefore, I believe that a partnership with India is a partnership of the future. And I'm coming from Bureau of Indian Standards, so I talk about India-EU partnerships in the standardization sector. I'm very happy to share, and it was mentioned also that India-EU FTA that is being currently talked about will have a special chapter on standardization, and I feel that that is a step in the right direction. From the BIS perspective, the National Standards Body from where I come, I am also happy to inform you that we have entered into specific MOUs with Sensenelec and also with ITSI, which is paving way to develop and strengthen the technical cooperation in the field of standardization between both India and EU and its different bodies. And this agreement that we've entered with Sense, Senelec and ITSI will help us in finding synergies between the different areas of standards development, and it will also help us in identifying gaps which are there and dwell on wherever we can collaborate in future. So these are two important agreements that we had with the EU standardization bodies. I also congratulate Cecil for bringing out the report that has been just released. Of course, we'll have to study it in great detail. Thank you, Shobit and Rakesh ji, for telling us what is there in the report. But coming from European standards and the sneak peek that I had of the report I just landed in my hand, I think there are certain areas where probably whatever has happened in standards in India can be explained more. Of course, it is a work in progress, it is not a static document, and also some of the statements, probably I was reading through it, I do not know the direct context, but somewhere in the current status of India it was written that they lack in funds, skill, knowledge and infrastructure. I am not too sure about that India lacks in any of these today. So probably the report will have to be explained in the context that these things have been written. So my request to Dinesh would be, this is a wonderful report that has come out today, but keep it as a dynamic document, discussion with the different stakeholders that happen over the period of time. I think this report can keep on updating itself, and of course it will be a very good reference document for all of us. Thank you everyone for bringing out that report once again. Of course I wanted to speak about what BIS has been doing in these areas, all these areas of circular economy, cyber security, smart cities, etc. We are, I think, running short of time. Dinesh has already asked us to be more efficient. I will not dwell much on that. I think my colleagues in the later sections, the panel discussions, we'll be having colleagues from India, from BIS as well, who would be dwelling more on these aspects. But very shortly, if I can cover, if we come to the circular economy or the e-waste and the plastic waste, we have been doing pioneering work within BIS. We have set up standards on thermosetting and thermoplastic materials, polymers, laminates. We have a guideline on, it is a temporary standard so far, which is for assessment of biodegradability of plastics in varied conditions. Of course, research is underway, the experiments are going on, and hopefully we will be the first ones in the world to convert this into a requirement standard where we will be able to assess the biodegradability of plastics in varied conditions. Of course, we also have standards on soil characterization, waste reduction, recycling, etc. Solid waste management systems is another standard that our technical committees are working on. In case of environment management standards, of course, we have all the series of the life cycle assessment. Green manufacturing practices, we have a standard called IS 17022. My colleagues will be talking about these standards in great detail. On the e-waste side also, we have standards on the end-of-life information and recyclability rate calculation. We have on repair of distribution transformers, which is a code of practice, which again is very helpful in this e-waste and waste reductions. Of course, smart cities, we have a dedicated committee which is looking into development of standards on smart cities from the infrastructure point of view, and from the connectivity and the digitization point of view also. We have standards and different technical committees which are working on standards. Some of them have already been developed. I see some of the stakeholders who have taken part in the development of those standards sitting here. And there are many more in the pipeline. Of course, we are collaborating at the international level, especially in the digital space. and the data security, cyber security, IoT, etc. BIS has taken lead, I would say, in the ISO and the IEC levels. We are leading many of the projects at the ISO IEC levels. Of course, they have a JTC1 joint committee between ISO and IEC, which looks into the standardization of these areas. And many of the projects are led by experts from India. They are the conveners and project leaders. And we are day by day suggesting and promoting the new work items at the ISO and IEC level, and I'm very happy to share that they are being accepted at that level also. Good point is that today BIS enjoys being in all the governance positions at the ISO and the IEC level. We are there in the ISO Council, we are there in the ISO Technical Management Board. Coming to the IEC level, we are there in the IEC Council, the IEC Standardization Management Board, IEC Marketing Strategy Board, etc. So the international footprint of the Indian experts is increasing, and of course collaborations like this with the EU and projects on this, we can contribute equally. I will not take much time. I will just say that knowledge exchange between India and the European Union on policy and practices in standards development can create more efficient and effective solutions that prevent waste, ensure health and safety, and promote circular economy, especially in carbon-intensive sectors. Ultimately, the collaboration empowers policymakers, businesses, and communities to address the complexities of climate change, urbanization, resource efficiency, and international trade. I believe that this conference will provide a conducive platform for the dialogue among the standardization community and identify the areas where we can synergize, also identify areas where there are challenges and gaps, and how collaboratively we can all tackle together. So I think let us keep working together, collaborating together, and progressing together. Thank you everyone. Thank you so much.